next person I want to bring up is Miriam Holme. And I'm sort of fascinated with the accounting field because I do think it's one of the most profitable industries and one that is so, even though all the accounts are so busy, it's so underserved. And Miriam's got really the amazing touch. And we're going to go over now specific strategies for small businesses on maximizing their both personal and their business income. So please welcome Miriam to the stage.
Hello.
How are you?
Amazing.
So I seem to attract a lot of right brain accounting, but you are super, super successful and super, super, super busy. And it's a funny story because we met and then a day and a half later you came to the Gold Coast to spend 3 days with me with a day and a half. And what do you have, like 28 kids or 5 or?
A lot of kids, a lot of shuffling around, but I was like, no excuses. I need to get to the next event. And what you gave me, I got sat up on stage like this. And the advice you gave me, I've done lots of business coaching. Everyone's told me how amazing I am, but you got straight to the point. And what you gave me is going to change the trajectory of my business.
What did you realize? So you make already a lot of money.
Yes.
You are very good at what you do. You have a great reputation. You're excellent at getting clients. So a lot of accountants are good at accounting, but they're not good at getting clients. You're a people person as well. What's the thing that you realized in terms of your business for you to scale up to the next level that you needed to do?
So I had positioned myself in a way to attract the level of client which had got me to the success I had. My question for JT was, how do I get myself to that next level of clients? I am female, I am a little bit younger, I am competing in an industry where the typical accountant does not look like me. So JT just had a look at my social media, had a look at what I was doing. I have produced a bit of content and just have reframed all my content because I am highly qualified. I'm a lawyer, I've done my master's in taxation. So reframed my content to appeal to the type of client that I know I can help.
Because you were using almost like a marketing gimmick, right? And it was getting you a lot of clients, but you're like, okay, so I've got a lot of these clients, but how do I get the clients that over $10 million net worth, which obviously build more big corporations as well? And so how come you had never done that shift? Is it just because you were so successful at having so many clients and you're like, okay, now I want to take it to the next level that maybe you never looked at it about how would they perceive it?
I think as business owners, we do what we're comfortable with. And then when we have to step out of our comfort zone, it's sometimes a challenge. Some accountants, every business owner gets to a point where they're comfortable. And I'm very happy with where I am with everything. My life's going well, I've got investments, but I know I can, and I've got that fire. I know I want to grow my business. I want to get it to that $10 million in revenue. So for me to be able to do that, I have to think differently. And in front of me was JT. I was like, wow, if I only want to learn from people that have been there, done that. And I saw JT, and that's why 3 days later, I'm at the 1% coaching.
Yeah, and it was, well, what I like is like you have like 12 million kids, and then just to reschedule that, and you're like, I'm coming in a day and a half. I don't know if you remember, but I called you myself because they had messaged me, and I messaged my team, nobody followed up. I called you personally when I landed, and you're like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. And obviously you don't live here, you live in Adelaide, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, I fly between Adelaide and Melbourne, so I got in last night, midnight, and yeah, I have got a lot of clients.
So you would say, let me go to like Gold Coast immediately as well with no excuses.
Yeah.
What do you attribute your success? Because you are much more Americanized than Australianized in terms of your drive, your motivation. You really don't care what other people think. You're very focused as well. So what do you attribute your key to success?
I just have that fire, and I've got that hunger to learn, and then also implement that learning. So when they said, why are you here? I want to grow my business to that next level, but I also want to be able to help people. I have that, for some reason, I have that passion to be able to help others and bring others on that same journey. And it's fantastic to be able to see clients that I've worked with for 10 years that had nothing to now multi-business owner, multi-properties, and doing really well in life. And I know that I've been a part of their journey.
So what happens when people are using another account and they come to you? What have been they doing wrong that you have to fix and set them up?
I think they just haven't been getting that level of service. They were maybe with a great accountant, then they got bought out. You were saying a lot of mergers going on right now. They got bought out, they got handed to the junior, and then no one really cares about giving them that level of service that they need where they're at. So yeah, that's probably.
And they don't want to switch because they're afraid they've been with that account. They know me. Is there a fear of switching?
Sometimes it's that it's just too hard. It's just too hard. They've been with someone for quite some time, but how much is that hard costing them versus being with an accountant that's proactive? I'm dealing with lots of different business clients, lots of different assets that they're investing in. Crypto, one thing that a lot of accountants have put their head in the sand about, properties, Airbnbs, NDIS. So I am in the game, I'm seeing what's going on, and then helping advise clients around what areas they're interested in.
So you told me you're always obsessively, proactively looking about what's next, what's happening, what the trends are, so you best advise your clients as opposed to people just kind of focus on filing a return and they're not focused on the strategy. What's the difference between a tactical account and maybe a strategic account? Maybe a couple of ideas. Maybe you did for a client. We did this, 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 and here's where they are now.
Very good question. I guess it's helping a client when they've come in and they want to grow their wealth, grow their business, and they just haven't had the tools or haven't known what to do. So a typical example, sole trader comes in, they're doing well, they're in allied health, and they're still a sole trader, and they're making $500,000 in revenue as a sole trader. That's alarm bells straight away. So we now have a trust in place, we have companies in place that then gone on to purchase about 3 properties. So they've bought a commercial property in Queensland, we've set up a trust for them. They're then wanting to subdivide, so they're currently subdividing 2 of their houses, and I've now suggested, hey, look at short-term rental rather than long-term rental. And they're going on this property acquisition, but it's all fueled from their allied health business, which is doing extremely well. And we've also been able to help grow their allied health business because they're now putting on employees and it's not just themselves. So that was someone that came in 3 years ago as a sole trader, no clue on what to do, don't even know who their previous accountant was, but I've worked with them for the 3 years. They send me emails all the time. They're always asking me questions. We've heard from a lot of accountants today, but I would say accountants, become your friends. If you want to make money, if you want to be rich, you need to be with a good accountant. You need to be asking questions. There's no dumb question. And this client that I've helped ask me questions non-stop.
But I think it's because you're also an investor yourself and you're also into other entrepreneur ventures that makes it a lot easier for you to understand what they need to be done. Is that your competitive advantage?
Absolutely. I'm self-made, grew my business from nothing, have got multiple properties, have other businesses I've invested in, have made mistakes along the way. I think that's a key thing. I've made some really bad mistakes.
What is some mistake that your clients, you're hearing your clients make that maybe like red flag if that happens? I have so many. I'm dealing with 4 right now, and I'm just so mad just standing here because that's all I could think about.
If it's too good to be true, I think, and there's no such thing as easy money.
No.
And I've invested in a business which I got caught up in all the excitement, a little bit like your museum one, and just haven't had a return on investment. But I learnt my lesson. I'll never invest in that type of business. And
what type of business was that?
It was a laser tag centre. So my 5 kids, have had free laser tag for the last 7 years as my ROI.
Final word of advice for everybody listening, why they should come to you and what are they going to get?
Sorry?
What final advice do you have for everybody else? Why they should come to you and what are you going to do for them?
Well, you're going to get no BS tax advice. I'm going to tell it how it is. Sometimes it's not going to be nice. And I'm going to work with you to see where you're at and then how we can help you grow. I want your best interest and I want to see you wealthy and doing really well and loving life. And hey, if you want to go flying around the world and have all your assets growing here, let's help you.
You know, first of all, I love your drive. I love your enthusiasm. It's very non-accountish, you know what I mean? Which I really appreciate because obviously there's an excitement. And I think all of you, if you don't have a relationship with your accountant, say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this deal. I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? And sort of looking from an honest feedback as opposed to, hey, you know, I need to file my stuff. I think you're making a very big mistake. And I think accounting is a lot like you have to plant your seeds. You can't just wait till the end of the year. So you've done a phenomenal job and you're definitely an action taker and you definitely lead by example. And I appreciate being on. Thank you.
Thank you.